you know, well, so back in 2019, while I was being held in the BOP at the MCC in Illinois, uh, a BOP federal disciplinary hearing officer, which is like the judge in the Bureau of Prisons. She's a judge. Vlad TV. She was illegally accessing my federal restricted law enforcement information, my jail records, meaning my recorded phone calls and my emails. Not only did she, not only did the officer illegally access my restricted information, but she accessed it 153 different times during the course of 6 months while I was being detained here. This is all according to a search warrant. This is not me saying this. This is what the search warrant says that was executed on the BOP officer after she had done it. Vlad TV. This BOP officer, whom they are identifying as Officer 8 for the last 4 years, she was not arrested. She still hasn't been arrested, and we still don't even know who she is. She tore off every corner of each page where the dates and times would be, and illegally sent my jail records to her own personal Gmail account. This is all according to the search warrant. But she didn't stop there. BOP Officer A then gave Vlad TV that 6 months worth of my federal restricted information to a female, famous female, and very influential YouTube blogger by the name of Tasha K, who not only illegally received my restricted federal law enforcement information, but the blogger Tasha K stated out of her own mouth on her Unwind with Tasha K YouTube blog that she shared that restricted information with my girlfriend at the time, who after seeing that information got very, very mad at me to the point she was scorned and became the government's main star witness in my New York case, testifying against me. Now, those federal restricted phone calls and emails contain 6 months worth of lovey-dovey conversations between me and my other girlfriend at the time. And their plan was to get the girl, Vlad TV, the girlfriend who Tasha K showed those conversations to, mad enough so they could turn her against me and have her say whatever they wanted her to say about me on the stand.
This call is from a federal prison.
Which was witness tampering. Vlad TV.
Okay, and the girlfriend is who?
I can't say names because she's a part of the case.
Okay.
I just can't call their names, but people that know the case, they know what's what. All I can say is this is the story and this is what happened. They got her mad enough with showing my records, because the point is that she shouldn't have showed my records. The BOP officer was not authorized to use my federal records. It's private, it's confidential, it's federal. All of this is illegal. Federal crimes committed by Officer A and Tasha K, and God knows who else. Because by the BOP Officer A stealing my federal restricted phone calls and emails, Vlad TV, giving it to Tasha K, and then Tasha K showing it to government witnesses, caused the outcome of my trial. Because my girlfriend that they showed the illegal information to was 90% of my case. So if they hadn't shown it to her, she would be still supporting and loving me. This is why I want people to write to the Department of Justice concerning the investigation into BOP Officer A and blogger Tasha K, because the Department of Justice, Vlad TV, is the governing body of our laws. And if the BOP, the Bureau of Prisons, is not safe when it comes to our federal restricted law enforcement information, then no one can trust the outcome of their trials. No one. This officer is not a kid and knew exactly what she was doing when she gave all of my restricted information, phone calls, and emails to the blogger Tasha K prior to my trial. I hadn't even gone to trial when they were doing this. This was in 2019 and 2020. The officer was well aware
Vlad TV.
of the possibility of what giving all my restricted information to the blogger Tasha K could have done to me in my case. Officer A knew that it could hurt me in my case, in which it did. This is not just some BOP employee, but this is a judge in the Bureau of Prisons who committed these crimes against me. And there is a professional code of ethics that these people are supposed to follow.
Vlad TV.
They're trained to follow. And they took an oath promising you and me and the public that they would follow that code of ethics. Because that code of ethics represents what integrity, honesty, law, justice are supposed to look like. It's supposed to represent what our Constitution, our due process, and our equal rights are supposed to look like. Which is why what disciplinary hearing Officer A did is problematic.
Vlad TV.
She showed no integrity. She showed no honesty and no kind of respect for that code of ethics. She showed no respect for her job, her colleagues, the law, or our judicial.
This call is from a federal prison.
When she decided to break those laws and jeopardize my rights to a fair trial, which automatically jeopardized my life and my freedom. Almost son, man. I'm sorry.
Vlad TV.
Now, some people out there may say, well, you had your day in court, and he was, R. Kelly had his day in court, and he was found guilty by a jury of his peers and everything. Well, here's the problem with that. The jury knew absolutely nothing about a federal BOP officer stealing,
Vlad
scanning,
TV.
and sharing all of my restricted jail records with a YouTube blogger who was sharing that and sharing my jail records with government witnesses in the very same case that jury sat in.
Vlad TV.
Now, I know that there's people out there that may not like me or believe what they believe what they hear about me. And it's okay because they're entitled to their opinions about me.
Vlad TV.
And I respect that. But my constitutional rights are supposed to look like their constitutional rights. My due process is supposed to look like their due process.
Vlad TV.
Okay, now, if this is the case, would this be a basis of a retrial or an appeal?
This would be the case of an investigation being done on Officer A and Tasha K because they were not arrested. They were not charged for their crimes. These are crimes. I've been looking on TV and I've been seeing all of this stuff about Trump and seeing all of this stuff about, all of these all I hear every day on the news and everywhere else is the law is the law. Don't matter who you are. They even did it with me. I mean, the law is the law. Anybody that breaks the law, don't care who it is, nobody's above the law. Well, these are very high up federal crimes that were committed against me. And nothing's been done about it in 4 years.
Vlad TV.
And these are crimes that affected my trial. They affected my life. They affected my case. You cannot witness tamper. I didn't even get bond. I don't even have a criminal background. And I didn't even get a bond. Why? Because they said I was going to witness tamper. But while I'm sitting in jail, they were witness tampering.
Vlad TV.
And what makes it criminal because Tasha K could have never witnessed tamper if she hadn't had the information that was provided to her by the law, which was a disciplinary hearing officer, a BOP officer, that gave it to her, which makes her aid and abet
Vlad TV.
Tasha K's crimes. There's no other way to put it because there is no other way to see it because this is exactly what happened. And I wouldn't be on the BOP's phone while I'm detained by the BOP. lying on the BOP. Because for one, they would have been and cut my phone off.
Vlad TV.
So the reason they're not cutting the phone off because this is the absolute truth, and there is